This is a new episode of the Vienna series.
If you're new here, my name's Maya and this is Danny.
And today we're going to explore the Schönbrunn area.
Welcome back to our Vienna series. We're on episode 5. In this video, we're going to visit the Schönbrunn Palace and everything located within its grounds, which includes one of the oldest operating zoos in Europe, amazing places to eat, and Schönbrunn's outside swimming pool. From opulent palaces to unique places to eat and drink, Vienna promises to charm and surprise. This is What's Next with Maya and Danny, and Vienna awaits your discovery.
Good morning. We have just arrived in the Schönbrunn Palace grounds. We got off at Heitzing station where the U4 is. I think it's the best way to enter the zoo because then you get to experience the beautiful gardens in this area. So our first stop for the day is the zoo. We're about to enter where the ticket machines are and it is 26 euros each, so it's quite expensive, but it's one of the oldest zoos in Europe, so we've got high expectations for this. So we've just arrived at the zoo and the first animal is the giraffe. There was a baby giraffe born recently in this zoo as well.
So seeing the giraffes was actually quite nice. They looked like fake, like a cartoon. And there were quite a few, there were like 4. So the next stop is to see the orangutans. So we're trying to get a nice shot of the orangutan, but we only seen a baby one. They were like hiding, so it feels like they're a little bit lazy today.
Schönbrunn Zoo not only holds the title of being the oldest continuously operating zoo in Europe since it opened its doors to the public in 1752, but it's also one of the best zoos in Europe. Home to more than 700 species, some of which are endangered. There's also star attractions like giant pandas.
So we have to say we're both a little bit sceptical about zoos in general. Obviously, it just feels weird to look at them in captivity. It's amazing that you get to see so many wild, exotic animals, but I think today is the first time that we've been to this zoo and we're just hoping that we don't see any kind of cages that are a bit too small for the animal. So we're about to head into the elephant park now. I'm so excited.
Zebras. So visiting the zoo is not what me and Maya were actually do often, but apparently this zoo treats animals very well. They're all very well looked after.
The Vienna Zoo is not just home to an incredible array of animal species, it also plays a significant role in global conservation efforts, contributing to numerous breeding programs and research initiatives. So, by visiting the zoo, you're not only enjoying a memorable experience, but also supporting wildlife conservation.
What is it, Danny?
This is a gazelle, like an Adidas shoe. Beautiful. Now we're gonna see the ostrich.
Ostrich.
So we stopped by to get a nice pretzel.
Just a
Huge.
small one.
Like honestly, look at this pretzel and look at my face.
Oh,
Let's
it's
try.
still warm. Look at like the dough.
Just amazing. Very soft. The bird escaped. Oh my god. Like literally.
We're now trying to catch a glimpse of the pandas, but I think they're probably all going to be asleep. I think the panda's my favourite, I've decided.
Panda literally like sitting down with a massive amount of bamboo. It's gonna eat the leaves the whole day. So right next to the pandas area, there is the hippo, tigers, lions, cheetahs. This zoo is actually massive, so we've been already here like 2 hours and we've only seen less than half of it. So bear in mind, if you come here, you really need lots of time to visit it all.
So we just found some wombats and they love to burrow into the sand and then like slide down. I think it's their way of keeping cool.
So we're at the penguin area now, and they're so funny.
They're like flying across. We don't know about the polar bear, looks a little bit like sad. This is quite a nice area. It's like the bird sanctuary with the bats. It's very humid though. It's really wobbly. At the top of the zoo, you start to climb a trail, and up here, that's where like the cows and the goats are. And then you find these beautiful traditional Austrian chalets almost. Very beautiful. So we're exiting the zoo now. It's been a couple of hours, super hot now, and we're gonna find somewhere to have some lunch. Oh, a donkey.
So we have some mixed thoughts about the zoo. We don't usually go to zoos around the world, like when we travel. We've been to Elephant Hospital in Thailand, which is not like a zoo, but seeing the animals, especially the big animals like the polar bear and the lion, was like a little bit sad.
Other animals had quite nice enclosures, but yeah, the polar bear was a little bit sad to look at. It was basically like a very small area where people were just looking down at it.
You could see the sadness in the eyes of the bear.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, but nevertheless, the zoo was very well kept and the animals are definitely looked after.
We're heading towards Café Gloriette, which is at the top of Schönbrunn Palace grounds. There's a really beautiful view looking down, and that cafe, we have been there before. We actually came here and had some Kaiserschmarrn, which is the scrambled pancakes. We won't eat there because I think it's more like cakes. I'm looking for something a little bit more substantial.
Down from Café Gloriette towards the Schönbrunn Palace. Schönbrunn Palace is a UNESCO heritage, and it was built in the 1700s as summer residence for the Habsburg family. The palace is really big and it has more than 1,400 rooms. It is built in this Baroque architecture. It kind of reminds me a little bit the Belvedere Palace, which we already showed in our previous videos.
We must say that Schönbrunn Palace and gardens look so beautiful today in the sun.
I'm in the cage.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
So we are done with the Schönbrunn Palace and now we really need to find a place to eat because we're starving and I think we're also sunburned. We forgot to put some sun cream. And yeah, so now let's go to eat.
To Landmann's Jazzy station, and it's sort of like a brunch breakfast place. It's very quaint and it's almost like tucked away in the grounds of Schönbrunn Palace. We almost didn't find it, and so we've ordered for ourselves a breakfast menu, which they do all day. I went for the salmon, the dill and the sesame bagel with a bit of guacamole, which was a nice surprise. And then Danny's gone for
Scrambled eggs with rocket, tandoori tomato and feta and a nice piece of bread.
So we've just finished our brunch, and what better thing to do on a nice summery day in Vienna than go swimming?
So this swimming pool place is called Schönbrunn Bad. It's really nice inside. We have been there already once last year. So the place is actually very modern and vibey. There is also like a nice bar, so we're probably gonna have like a nice coffee there. And there is a lot of places where you can chill.
So it's actually only a short walk, about 9 minutes from where we just had our lunch. The entry for the swimming pool is quite expensive. It's 18 euros per person, and then we'll be entering after 1 p.m, so it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So it's one of the more expensive swimming places in Vienna, but we really like it. I like this statue because I've never seen a water fountain with the water coming out from a person's mouth. going to end this vlog here. We do really recommend visiting the Schönbrunn area if you're ever in Vienna. It is a really beautiful place and there's so much to do in the palace grounds.
And you can really spend the whole day here. There are enough activities to keep you entertained. So yeah, if you enjoyed this vlog, guys, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel to see what's coming next. Thank you for watching.